Getting an individual taxpayer identification number, an ITIN, it can feel like you're trying to solve a puzzle in the dark, but it really doesn't have to be that way. So today, we're going to deconstruct the entire system piece by piece and give you a clear map to get it done right. Let's dive in. First up, we're going to get crystal clear on what an ITIN actually is, and just as important, what it isn't. Then we'll solve the one big paradox that trips up almost everyone. After that, we'll look at the 3 ways you can submit your application so you can keep your documents safe. We'll decode that long IRS waiting game, and finally, we'll tie it all together with a straight shot to approval. All right, so first things first, we have to tackle the foundation. Before you even think about filling out a single form, you have to understand the fundamental reason an ITIN exists. Getting this right from the very beginning is absolutely the key to a smooth application, and trust me, avoiding some common, costly mistakes. So what exactly is an ITIN? Well, at its core, it's just a 9-digit number from the IRS. You can always spot one because it starts with the number 9, and its only purpose, its sole purpose, is to be a processing number for federal taxes. It's for people who have to file U.S. taxes but aren't eligible to get a Social Security number. That's it. It's just a tool for tax compliance. Okay, this slide right here draws a line in the sand that you absolutely cannot afford to misunderstand. An ITN is strictly for federal tax reporting. It is not, I repeat, not work authorization. It does not change your immigration status. It does not qualify you for Social Security benefits. And look, this isn't just a technical detail. Treating an ITN like it's anything more than a tax number is probably the single biggest mistake people make, and it can lead to some really serious problems down the road. Okay, let's move on to what I like to call the application's golden rule. This whole section is about solving the single biggest paradox in the entire process. Seriously, this is the one spot where most people get completely stuck. But stick with me here. Once you see the logic, it's all gonna click into place. And here it is, the central riddle, the big head scratcher of the ITN application. You need to file a tax return to get an ITN, but the tax return form itself has a blank space on it that requires, well, a tax number. It feels like a total catch-22, right? So how on earth are you supposed to solve this? And this isn't just some theoretical problem. This is a real quote from someone who was trying to figure this all out, and you can just feel the frustration in their words. It's a totally valid question, and it perfectly captures that confusion that just stops so many applications dead in their tracks before they even get started. But here is the surprisingly elegant solution. The IRS actually designed the system to work as a single package. So here's what you do. You prepare your federal tax return, but you intentionally leave that ITIN field blank. Then you fill out the Form W-7. That's the actual ITIN application. And you physically attach it right to the front of your tax return. The whole bundle, the whole package gets mailed to a special processing center. What they do is process the W-7 first, issue you the ITIN, and then that brand new number gets popped right onto your tax return for processing. It's a simple 2-step sequence. Problem solved. So now that we've cracked that paradox, we've arrived at what is, honestly, the most critical decision you're gonna make in this whole process: how to protect your documents. See, to get an ITIN, you have to prove who you are and that you're a non-US citizen. That usually means sending original documents, like your passport. How you submit them is your call. But you've got 3 very different paths, and the one you choose has some major implications. Okay, let's break this table down. Your first option is just mailing your original documents. Sure, it's convenient, it's cheap, just the cost of postage, but the risk is really high. Your passport is out of your hands for months. The second path is going in person to an IRS Taxpayer Assistance Center, or TAC. The risk here is low because they check your documents and hand them right back. But you've got to get an appointment, and that can mean a pretty long wait. Then there's the third option, a certifying acceptance agent, or CAA. This one offers the lowest risk. They're authorized by the IRS, they verify your documents and return them to you immediately, plus you get expert help. but this service does come with a fee. And if you think the risk of mailing your documents is just some theoretical thing, this number should really change your mind. In just 1 year, the IRS failed to return over 6,000 passports to their owners. They just end up at foreign embassies. Now, this can happen for a bunch of reasons, but the end result for you is the same: a bureaucratic nightmare trying to get back your single most important document. So, the crucial insight here, the real game changer, is the unique advantage of using a CAA. This is the only method that combines professional guidance on your application with the immediate return of your critical documents. For a lot of people, the peace of mind knowing their passport is safe and sound is well worth that agent's fee. All right, you've chosen your path, you've sent in the application package. And now comes the part that causes the most anxiety, the waiting. But you know, that wait is a whole lot less stressful when you know exactly what to expect. So let's decode the official IRS timeline and manage those expectations. Under normal conditions, you should expect to hear back in about 7 weeks. However, if you apply during the chaos of tax season, we're talking mid-January to the end of April, or if you're applying from outside the US, that wait time is going to stretch to 9 to 11 weeks. And if you did mail your documents, the IRS aims to get them back to you within 60 days, but as we've already seen, that doesn't always go according to plan. But let's look at the actual outcomes from 2023. While the IRS assigned nearly 900,000 ITINs, they also rejected over 250,000 applications. That is a huge number. And the consequence of a rejection isn't just a delay. It means you are right back at square one, starting this entire 7 to 11 week timeline all over again. When you finally do hear back from them, it's going to be one of these 3 notices. The CP565, that's the one you're hoping for. It means success, your ITIN has been assigned. A CP566 means you're kind of in limbo, they need more information from you before they can make a decision. And the CP567, well, that's the rejection notice. It means the application was denied and you have to start from scratch. Whew. Okay, we've analyzed the purpose of the ITIN, we've solved the application paradox, we've weighed the risks to your documents, and we've decoded the timeline. So now let's bring it all together. This is your final path to approval, a checklist of the key strategies to make sure you succeed. Here are the 5 keys to success. 1. Remember the golden rule. The W-7 application and the tax return always travel together as one package. 2. Make a conscious choice about your documents. Mail, TAC, or CAA. Think about your risk tolerance. 3. Use the right address. It has to go to the special ITIN operations address in Austin, Texas. Do not send it to a standard tax return address. That will cause major delays. 4. Be patient. You know the 7 to 11 week timeline now, so trust the process. And 5. If you move, you have to tell the IRS right away. Getting your documents back and your ITIN depends on it. So we're gonna end with this question. The whole point of this wasn't just to throw information at you, but to empower you to make a really smart, strategic decision. Now that you understand the core mechanics of the ITIN system, you can choose the path that best fits your situation, protects your most valuable documents, and gives you the absolute best chance of success.